Hello, so I can't think. I apologize if my hair is wet. I didn't have a morning shower, and it's still a bit wet. uh, quick question: did you see the stream that happened on Wednesday and how bad that went? Because I don't know what was up with my internet on Wednesday. Because what happened was, I think the internet failed multiple times while streaming. But I got through to the end of Ruby RFL as well. So, potato potato. So I do streams on... I did streams on Wednesday for Ruby RFL. Which, for you, would be... Because time zone stuff, I think it would be Tuesday for you. Nah, it's perfectly fine. It was mostly... That stream just went to absolute garbage so fast. Because, like, it failed in, like, the first 15 minutes, and then the last 15 minutes. I am in Australia. Right now it's 7 AM in Australia. On Sunday. Anyway. Really? Are you in, like, UK or something? So, 12 AM feels like a UK time. Oh, so... I was fairly close. Oh. Yeah. Around the right area. Not a bad guess, to be honest. Anyway. Hey, considering the Earth is like the circumference of the Earth is like several 100,000, like within maybe 2 to 10%, not the absolute. Yeah. Hey, that is still a good amount of points to get a GeoGuessr. Anyways, I'm gonna get into the podcast episode for Your Name, which is a movie that's nearly 2 hours long, and it's actually a really good watch. So if you don't want to be spoiled on this, I'd recommend go watch it first, then you can just come back and watch the second part of the stream. Yeah. Those have been there for at least 2 years at this point. We got the Attack on Titan sword, Ursula's rapier, and Weiss's rapier as well. And no, I'm not trying to be inappropriate. The curtain is just the standard curtain that came with the house. I'm not bothering changing that though, because I'm not allowed to. Now I really need to get into this, because I already spent like an extra 5 minutes talking about swords and curtains in previous streams. Anyways, so the movie Your Name opens on a crashing meteorite landing on a village town in Japan. We don't know this village town yet though. And two characters in Tokyo. Oh. Yeah, so two characters in Tokyo seem to be having dreams they can't recall and are searching for something or someone. both of them bore witness to the meteorite that crashed down. So our female character, Mitsuha, recalls a memory of her going to visit a high school boy named Taki in Tokyo and handing him her braided cord. I'm going to be mentioning braided cord a lot, by the way, because it's not just a regular cord. Mitsuha is weird though, playing with her chest, and I'm trying to be as tasteful here. Not recognizing the name Mitsuha when her younger sister comes together for breakfast, and shocked by her appearance. During breakfast, both Mitsuha's youngest sister and grandma note her behavior is normal compared to yesterday. It's just like, what happened yesterday? But she's not gonna find out for a bit. As an announcement plays for the entire town of Itamori, the grandma unplugs the radio, so Mitsuha turns on the news, which is talking about a comet called Tiamat that will be passing by Earth in the next month. And I took so a lot of my research is like taking screenshots of the movie, and it's like, so I took a screenshot of the news report that was happening and took it through Google Translate, and it shows that Itamori is located in the Gifu Prefecture, which is putting this story in alternate reality from normal Japan, which happens in a lot of anime and anime movies. Mitsuha ties her hair up with a braided cord, and both girls head out for their respective schools. On the way to school, Mitsuha runs into her friends, Sayaka and Tessie, who also comment that Mitsuha looks more put together than yesterday. New notebook. Are you taking these notes down as well? The three pass by an announcement from the mayor, who just so happens to be Mitsuha's dad. You're taking notes? Don't look at my forehead then. Got eczema. During class on September 3rd, Tuesday, note that I'm specifying the date and which day of the week it is, Mitsuha finds the message, "Who are you?" written in her notebook, which is weird to her. The literacy teacher, Yukino, who's making the crossover appearance from the Garden of Words, teaches the class about the word Tasokare, which means twilight. But she states it also means who is that? Twilight is when it's neither day nor night, where the world blurs and someone might encounter something unusual. While the lesson continues, Mitsuha finds multiple pages in her notebook, all with the same question: who are you? Yes, you are. You're ruining it in the best way. After class, Sayaka and Tessie finally catch Mitsuha up on yesterday's events, mentioning she forgot where her desk and locker were, and that she had bed hair with no ribbon. Oh, jeez. Talk about a bad day. And Tessie starts spouting his theory about Mitsuha's dreams could be her previous life or her subconscious linking into the Everett multiverse, aka the many worlds theory. This is like the first thing I've seen mention the many worlds theory, but it's a very interesting topic. Oh, okay. Mitsuha wonders if Tessie wrote the message in her notebook, which leaves him confused enough to answer he didn't. Like, he doesn't physically say it, but it's like, what? Mitsuha shares that she doesn't like Itamori's small town vibe, and that she wants to graduate and go to Tokyo. Also grow. Sayaka shares her sentiment, and the two girls complain about the many things in Itamori, including the fact that the town has two pubs for some reason that are right next to each other for the visual jokes. Tessie is fed up with their complaining and lies to them about the location of a cafe, even though Sayaka knew there wasn't a cafe. Complete with the most blatant advertisement for Sunday Boss Coffee. I do not joke. It is literally the same logo, just a slight change. And the change is they add like a pipe to the logo. Tessie feels like his life will continue on in Itamori after he graduates from high school. Back over at Mitsuha's place, her younger sister Yatsuha just oh no, that's gonna be distracting. Like, she complains about wanting to do what her grandma's doing, but she shoots it down saying she shoots it down saying Yatsuha is not ready yet. She needs to listen to the threads, and in doing so, emotions will start flowing between her and the thread. Grandma tells the story of how 200 years ago, Mayaguru's bathroom caught fire and ended up burning down the shrine and old documents. I'm not gonna ban you, you're out of the entertainment. And which led to Itamori's festivals losing meaning. The braiding of these threads is a long-held tradition and an important task to uphold at Miyamitsu Shrine. The person was smoking on the toilet and somehow got to the documents. Somehow I got out of the bathroom, which probably is a flammable bathroom because they're in Japan. That is just okay. That was too far. Over at Tessie's household, Mitsuha's father has dinner with Tessie's father, who is his contractor. His father tells Tessie he'll be working at the construction site on the weekend to learn how to use explosives, which annoys Tessie. It's like, I don't want to be doing this for your business. Yatsuha and Mitsuha perform a ritual dance, which includes chewing rice, spitting it out, and letting it ferment to create alcohol known as Kuchikami Sake. That sounds a bit wrong. That sounds gross. Yeah, it's a thing. It's an actual thing. I actually checked if this was a thing. Yeah. Well, you gotta chew it so it's like a liquid, and yeah. I think it's the actual like saliva that is the thing that makes it ferment. So, whenever, like, it's a commodity, and whenever you drink it, You're drinking someone else's spit in the process. No, I think it's like the saliva would go away over time. That's the thing. It's like the fermentation evaporates the saliva, leaving just the rice. Mitsuha does get embarrassed by the annoying classmates seeing the performance, but Yatsuha tells her not to worry about it. Yatsuha then offers the idea of selling Mitsuha's Kuchikami sake for lots of money, with photos and making videos and going to Tokyo. Not realizing how much of a Belle the Fiend situation that creates. And then it breaks the liquor tax law. Accidentally said Tiger. But yeah. Remember Belle defeated the bathwater? Chat, have you heard of Bella Delphine? This might be too obscure of a reference to make in the notes. I just want to see if you know it. While you think about that. Oh, I wish I could get drunk in this, but it's morning. I can't do morning drunk. Mitsuha then shouts out that she wants to live the life of a handsome boy in her next life. Which transitions us to our main male character, Taki, who starts his story by falling out of bed on September 5th, Monday. Well, I wake up at 5. I can't wake up at 5, start drinking at 7. But yeah, our character wakes up on September 5th, Monday, trying to turn off his alarm, and seemingly embarrassed to discover he has a male appendage. Ducky forgot it was his time to cook breakfast, leaving his dad to cook and tell him to go to school even if he's late. Yeah, a bulge. Ducky also doesn't recognize the name Tsukasa. And taking in the wonder of Tokyo, Taki heads to Shinjuku Station, finally getting to school at Jinju High School at noon. Taki is intercepted by his friend Tsukasa, pulling him away to have lunch on the roof. Taki even forgets the right pronoun for I, going through watashi, watakushi, boke, and finally getting it right with ore. Nice. Despite forgetting his lunch, his friends put something together for Taki to eat, and he gets excited when a cafe is brought up. Fun. Oh, this is gonna be the funniest thing on YouTube that I've ever put out. At the cafe, Taki is convinced everything is a dream anyways, ordering a photographing and enjoying a dish of sweet pancakes. That's when a message Yeah, glad Chad isn't visible. Yeah. You're not visible. You're just gonna... It's just gonna be me sounding insane and laughing at nothing. But yeah, Taki gets a message coming on his phone that's from work saying that he's late, leaving Taki to ask his friends where he works. I cannot play the Queen song. I'm sorry. Still thinking this is a dream, Taki struggles through his job as a waiter. And to make things worse, a scammer gets a free meal using a toothpick. Which, if you know Italian restaurants, they don't have a toothpick. They don't have toothpicks at Italian restaurants, as Taki tries to point out. The scammer also uses a box cutter to cut the skirt of a character named Miss Okudera. And it's like when she steps in to help Taki with the situation. If I ever get a Happy Meal, I'm picking out the plastic toy before I eat. But yeah, so in the staff room, Taki uses his sewing skills to fix Miss Okudera's skirt while making some pretty art on the skirt too. Taki talks about how organized he is in the third person and that he wishes he lived in Tokyo too. In the diary, Taki even words the entry with the term feminine. I cannot say that word. Feminine. And then writes the name Mitsuha on his hand. Mitsuha has been Taki the entire time, the entire day. As the actual Taki learns the following day thanks to his diary. But thinks Tsukasa pranked his phone. As Taki heads off for work, the other friend... Tsukasa's the other friend is saying he's acting normal, while Tsukasa says Taki was kinda cute yesterday, while blushing. It's a bit of a LGBT joke. I don't know if this anime is making an LGBT joke, but I'm down for that sort of joke. Meanwhile, Mitsuha wakes up to her own message from Taki, wondering who she is, and learns from Yotsuha that she's not fondling herself today. Again, very tasteful language here. And during still life drawing yesterday, Taki as Mitsuha kicked over her desk. She... Fondling is fine. Depends on context, obviously. Depends on context. Yeah. Don't say grope. Okay, that one I won't allow. That ooh. That was getting into some sketchy territory. Ultimately, both characters learn they are switching places when they are sleeping, having to set up rules for each other when in their opposite body, but they are still annoyed at each other. They're still annoyed at each other being in their body. Taki puts together a seating area, complete with an umbrella, and creates a relationship with a girl as Mitsuha, while Mitsuha works on getting a relationship going for Taki with Miss Okudera. Yeah. So, what's happening is they switch bodies when they sleep. So, sometimes Taki is Mitsuha and Mitsuha is Taki, and sometimes they're normal. They don't sleep together. It gets... We're only in the body swapping section. It's gonna get more wild. The plot has been going for a while. It's just that we'll learn more. One morning, Taki, as Mitsuha, wakes up to learn that herself, Yatsuha, and Grandma are going on a hike to the shrine of the town's god to deliver the Kuchikami sake. On the way there, she offers to carry Grandma, giving Grandma the chance to talk about Musubi, the old way of calling their guardian god. Musubi connects people, it ties threads. Even the flow of time is Musubi, represented through the braided cords. Yeah, Musubi is also a food. Yeah. Reaching the shrine, the grandma mentions that crossing the river is to enter Kakurigyo, aka the underworld. On the return back down the mountain, Tosakare occurs, allowing Grandma to note that Mitsuha is currently dreaming, and shakes Taki awake. And yes, I am clarifying dreaming in quotation marks, because it's not really dreaming. Upon waking, Taki learns that Mitsuha has set him up for a date with Miss Okudera. Mitsuha wanted to go on this date and tells Taki to enjoy it if he's the one in control, and leaves him advice for dates on his phone. So, in this weird version, is Mitsuha bi? Or what? Things take a turn when they go through a photo gallery and Taki recognizes the lake of Itomori. He doesn't know that it's Itomori. He just knows that about the lake. After the date, Miss Okudera notes that Taki seems to like someone else now, to which he denies. Mitsuha also adds the note that the comment will be visible for Taki to see. So, yeah, but the comment should be visible to Taki, but for him it's not there. Taki even tries calling Mitsuha since she put her number in his phone, but the number is disconnected, with a fake out of Mitsuha getting a phone call from Tessie. Honestly, at this point, like, there's so many hints that I'm dropping here about what's going on. But... On the night of the festival, Mitsuha cuts her hair short, shocking Tessie and Sayaka. And Tessie thinks it's because a guy ditched her, causing Sayaka to ask about why guys are such at cutting hair, with breakups because Mitsuha is just like, she just felt like it. It's like, there's a difference between you just feel like it and just doing it. Or like a date, like getting broken up with and just doing it. I mean, Mitsuha interrupts him to say she can see Comet Tiamat, which splits in two before her eyes, similar to the story of the Mesopotamian goddess Tiamat, who was split into two parts to make heaven and earth. This was not my own discovery, but I'm bringing this information to the stream for you guys. I did not research that far. Ever since the date, Mitsuha and Taki never switch places again. And Taki starts obsessing over finding Itomori to find Mitsuha. Because, again, he does not know about Itomori. Which is the wildest thing, considering he spent time as Mitsuha. Could have learned so much. And he's like referencing... He's referencing mountains in the Gifu prefecture to create a near-perfect sketch of Itomori. When the dude could have just gone back to the photo gallery, asked the person, asked someone there about it, and easily could have solved this. Taking the sketches with him, Taki is joined by Miss Okudera and Tsukasa, with Taki, Takagi covering Taki's shift for him. Miss Okudera, along with myself, is surprised to learn that the only clue Taki has is the thousand. Do spend time as Mitsuha for at least a few weeks. Over a few weeks of time. And all he learned was the scenery of the town. Not the name of the place. Asking many people of the area, Taki looks for more clues to the town he's looking for, while his friends get distracted. Heading to a roadside restaurant to have Takayama ramen, their waitress recognizes the sketch of the town as Itomori, with her partner having been born there. It is at this point Taki learns that Itomori got destroyed by a meteorite 3 years ago on October 4th, 2013. And checking his phone, he sees all traces of Mitsuha's memos corrupt and delete themselves from his phone. He sees all traces of Mitsuha's... Oh, I am rereading notes now. The meteorite struck down on the Autumn Festival at the time of 8:42 PM. Searching the list of victims from the meteorite impact, Taki finds the names of Tessie, Sayaka, and Mitsuha, cementing he was switching with a dead girl. So not only was he switching places, he was switching places with a dead girl. Oh, give me a moment. Ow. No. With clarification to come later, no. Tsukasa and Miss Okudera are worried about Taki's obsession with Itomori, and Miss Okudera reveals she liked Taki. Taki often raises his way through everything, he has experienced by realizing he recognized the scenery from the news 3 years ago, and forget and and thinking it was anything from a ghost to just pure fantasy when he suddenly forgets Mitsuha's name. Miss Okudera turns the page to the braided cords of Itamori and notes that Taki has a braided cord on his wrist. Remembering the explanation of Musubi from Mitsuha's grandma, Taki decides to try to find the location where he learnt that info. Upon finding the location, he leaves Tsukasa and Miss Okudera and tells them to return to Tokyo and retraces his past steps up the mountain. And yes, technically his past steps, because he was switching places with Mitsuha from 3 years ago. Which is why early on I specified the Monday, or the Thursday and the Monday stuff. Crossing the threshold into Kakuryo, Taki enters the shrine and drinks Mitsuha's Kuchikami sake in order to reconnect with her. Taki slips back to see a drawing of the comet splitting on the roof of the shrine and is transported through the history. The clip. Look in the clips. What? What are you talking about? So yeah, he's like slips back, sees the comet on the roof, and is transported through the history of the comet and Mitsuha. Wait. Is it of mine? Is it of my content? You should be able to link clips. You should be able to send a link of the clip to the chat. I'll have to watch it in the break time. So yeah, so Taki's transported through the history of the comet and Mitsuha, which does include the sad passing of Mitsuha's mother, Futaba, which led her dad down the path away from religion and towards politics, all the way up to her death by meteorite. Taking a meteorite right to the face. Suddenly, Taki wakes up in Mitsuha's body and freaks out Yotsuha. Grandma is quick to understand that Mitsuha is not Mitsuha. It seems to be the case that dreaming runs in the Miyamitsu females, as both Grandma and Futaba had similar experiences. Mitsuha warns Grandma about the comet, but all Grandma says is that nobody will believe that. She enlists the help of her friends to come up with a plan to save everyone in Itamori using the wireless communication system and water gel explosives. That's right, we're getting an explosive in here. Sayaka will be manning the broadcast, Tessie is on the explosive, and Mitsuha will go talk to her dad. Boom! Tessie shows evidence to support Mitsuha's claim of a meteor strike happening to Itamori, since another meteor strike happened 1200 years ago. Talking to her dad, Mitsuha's claims get brushed aside by him, saying she's sick if she's serious. Attacking him, he realizes Mitsuha is not Mitsuha, but someone else. Because the grandma experienced the same stuff. No, 1200 years old. 1200. 1.2k. Mitsuha even tries warning random kids to no avail and tells Yotsuha to get herself and grandma out of town. Looking up at the mountain, Mitsuha realizes Taki could be up there at the shrine and takes Tessie's bike to race up the mountain. At the same time, in the present, Mitsuha, as Taki, wakes up in the shrine to find Itomori destroyed, remembering her death. But yeah, so Taki as Mitsuha realizes Taki as Mitsuha realizes Mitsuha as Taki is probably in the at the mountain right now. Not confusing at all. The day before the meteor strike, Mitsuha went to try to find Taki, unable to contact him by phone on the same bridge he tried to contact her. He does ask her name. Oh, like she does suddenly see Taki on the train and confronts him, but he doesn't recognize her. He does ask her name. She answers Mitsuha and gives him the braided cord Taki has held onto dearly. So, this braided cord was held onto by Taki for 3 years. At the top of the mountain, Mitsuha hears Taki calling out to her. I'm trying not to be confusing on this. No, so she gave it to Taki. The one, so he's had the braided cord around his wrist as like a lucky charm. But yeah, so yeah, Mitsuha's calling out to Taki and like vice versa. And like the two sense each other, run past one another, and ask if the other is there. But it's like there's no response. And then suddenly, like when Tessakare occurs once again, and the two see each other for the first time since the train. So yeah, Taki reveals this was possible from drinking Mitsuha's Kuchikami sake, which to her is an indirect kiss. And is also upset with touching her chest, like with him touching her chest when she was in his body, which was like technically speaking, he was in her body, so he wasn't doing any violating, really, was he? And seeing the braided cord, Taki hands it back to Mitsuha, who ties it into her hair, technically making this braided cord the first braided cord to time travel as well. It's like, okay. As Tessakare ends, Taki brings up the idea to write their names on each other's hand when Mitsuha suddenly disappears, leaving Taki with a single line in his hand. And instead of immediately writing down a name on himself, he announces he won't forget her until he suddenly does. It's like, bro, you had the time to write down the name and you failed. Meanwhile, Mitsuha races back down the mountain to help with the plan Taki set up with her friends. Reaching the Itomori substation, Tessie arrives and cuts the chain lock to set all the explosives and tells Sayaka to run the broadcast. When the explosives go off, the entire town is plunged into darkness, with a backup generator allowing the broadcast to go out. Oh my gosh. Running into the crowd of the festival, no one listens to Tessie or Mitsuha about the forest fire when Mitsuha forgets Taki's name. Tessie tells Mitsuha to go convince her dad of the threat when a second explosion occurs at the substation, and Tessie continues to try to get everyone to move to the high school. The government figures out that the broadcast is coming from the high school and puts an end to it, telling everyone to stay put. Tessie is also caught by his father for the explosion, because the explosives were from his father's business. It makes total sense, right? Getting caught. Mitsuha continues her long run to Itamori Town Hall, taking her path down hills and along roads until she trips on a crack in the road. Trust me, these roads need some maintenance. Remembering Taki wrote his name on her hand, she looks at it to see it says, "I love you," knowing she wouldn't understand why Taki's name is on her hand. For the third time, the meteorite is shown to crash into Itamori, destroying the entire town apart from the high school. Like, the destruction is literally right up to the high school. And Taki wakes up on the mountain, confused as to why he's on the mountain, and returns to Tokyo. That's when, one day, 5 years later, he sees the same braided cord he used to have, but loses sight of the person. Taki and his friends are all job hunting, with Takagi having 2 job offers and Sakaza having 8. While Taki has nothing. But he does get a message from Miss Okudera and meets up with her for a friendly chat, reflecting on their trip to Itomori. However, instead of most of the residents in Itomori being dead, most of them got to safety at the high school grounds. Taki doesn't remember what captivated him so much about Itomori, forgetting all about Mitsuha. While at a cafe, Taki overhears a couple talking about their wedding plans, and that the man's name is Tessie. But he just watches them leave. He doesn't confront them or anything like that, because it's like, it'd be weird to confront someone that you technically have not met. And Taki experiences another moment of recognizing someone and looks at them, not thinking much of it, continuing on. At the same moment, the other person looks back. So we're doing like weird, like, Everyone's lives continue as normal, showing where everyone important from Itomori is now. While both characters are taking their trains to wherever they're going, Mitsuha and Taki recognize each other, bringing things back around to the opening of the movie. So technically, the opening of this movie starts in the second timeline. And running around the streets of Tokyo, the two reunite at a staircase and introduce themselves to each other once again, and that's where the movie ends. This is an amazing movie, though. Like, I could not do... This does not do justice to the movie at all. If anything, it's been a lot more funny than the movie. Like, the movie is very serious. So, as a sum up of the movie, the plot is our two main characters are switching bodies when they sleep, and the twist of it is that Mitsuha is 3 years in the past compared to Taki when they switch. So, I can't explain that any better, really. So yeah, the movie did start in the second timeline, goes back to the first timeline, then ends in the second timeline. For YouTube, links will be in the description to both the channels and also the Twitch for you guys to check out more streams. I will probably not be doing the next anime here on Twitch, because the next anime I'm doing is the new version of Higurashi.